Do you feel the vibes?
Just Cause 2 is a 2010 open-world action-adventure video game developed by Avalanche Studios, published by Eidos Interactive and distributed by Square Enix for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Cause 2 is a third-person action-adventure game in which players control Rico Rodriguez, major operative of the agency, in an effort to overthrow the island's dictatorship of Panau. An open world for players to explore. This open world is free for players to explore when they are not on mission. There are a variety of landscapes including deserts, mountains and jungles, and over 300 settlements. The settlements contain government properties which can be destroyed and unlockable, such as cash stashes and weapons, vehicles and armor. When players create chaos or enter restricted areas, they generate heat noticed by hostile government militants. The heat decreases when the players evade them. Prototype 2 is a 2012 open-world action-adventure video game developed by Canadian studio Radical Entertainment and published by Activision. The game features a new protagonist, James Heller, as he goes on a quest to destroy the Blacklight virus. The story is one of the revenge, as Heller wants to kill Alex Mercer, protagonist of the original prototype, after his family was killed in the outbreak of the Blacklight virus. James Heller can shapeshift and assume other people's identities and memorize by this consuming them. Taking people's identities and shapeshifting into them has become more tactical. Due to Black Watch's action into the Yellow Zone, if the player assumes the role of a soldier, people will react to him in a way that shows they want nothing to do with him. Assassin's Creed Rogue is an action-adventure video game developed by Ubisoft Sofia and published by Ubisoft. It is the 7th major installment in the Assassin's Creed series and as a sequel to 2013's Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, and a prequel to 2012's Assassin's Creed 3, with its final mission being the prologue to 2014's Assassin's Creed Unity. Assassin's Creed Rogue is an action-adventure stealth game set in an open-world environment and played from a third-person perspective. Naval aspects from the previous games return, with the player controlling Shay's ship and Morrigan. New features include new ship-based weapons such as releasing an oil slick which can then be ignited, buckle guns, and the ability for enemies to board the Morrigan during ship-to-ship combat. Battlefield 4 is a first-person shooter video game developed by video game developer EA DICE and published by Electronic Arts. It is a sequel to 2011's Battlefield 3 and was released in October 2013 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. The game's heads-up display HUD is composed of two compact rectangles. The lower left-hand corner features a mini-map and a compass for navigation, and a simplified objective notice above it. The lower right includes a compact ammo counter and health meter. The top right displays kill notification of all players in-game. Weapons customization is expensive and encouraged. Primary, secondary, and melee weapons can also be customized with weapon attachment and camouflage skins. Most weapons also have a default setting for different firing modes. Sleeping Dogs is an action-adventure video game developed by United Front Games and published by Square Enix and released for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows. Sleeping Dogs is an action-adventure game set in an open-world environment and played from third-person perspective. The players control Wei Shen, a Chinese-American police officer who goes undercover and infiltrates the Sun On Yi triad organization. The initial missions of the game are a linear tutorial for controlling the character. After these missions, the player is allowed to explore the game's world and take part in side missions and other activities. Shen navigates the world by running, jumping, climbing over obstacles, swimming, and driving cars, boats, and motorcycles, much more.
Make sure it paid off.
You got the right attitude.
Need for Speed Most Wanted is an open-world racing game developed by Criterion Games and published by Electronic Arts and was released worldwide for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation Vita, iOS and Android. Most Wanted allows players to select one car and compete against other races in three types of events: sprint races, circuit races and speed runs. Cops are integrated in certain racing sessions, in which the police deploy vehicles and tactics to stop the player's car and arrest the player. Like the original Most Wanted, the game features a Most Wanted list of 10 races, similar to the blacklist in the single-player section of this original Most Wanted, which featured 15 races. As the Most Wanted races are defeated, their cars are added to the player's roster moment when the player wrecked them. In this reiteration, the focus shifted from Rockport, the city of original, to a new city called Fairhaven. Life is Strange is an episodic graphic adventure video game developed by Don't Not Entertainment and published by Square Enix for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One. The game was released in 5 episodic parts periodically throughout 2015. The game's plot focuses on Mads Caulfield, an 18-year-old photography student who discovers that she has the ability to rewind time at any moment, leading her every choice to enact the butterfly effect. After having foreseen an approaching storm, Mads must take on the responsibility to prevent it from destroying her town. The player's action will adjust and
It was nothing. You're going down. Fuck me. Hey, Dennis.
Time to talk. Come to a Maniki village. We need your help.
Max Payne 3 is a third-person shooter video game developed by Rockstar Studios and published by Rockstar Games on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and Microsoft Windows. Max Payne 3 is a third-person shooter in which the player assumes the role of its titular character, Max Payne. A new feature to the series introduced in Max Payne 3 is the cover system, which allows players to gain a tactical advantage and avoiding taking damage from enemies. To progress throughout the linear story, players take on enemies throughout level. The game features interactive cutscenes which transition seamlessly into continuing gameplay. There are no loading screens across gameplay and cutscenes. In combat, auto-aim and a cover system can be used as assistance against enemies. In action sequence, bullet time can be used. Using this feature, it is possible to see every bullet strike an enemy in detail.
I had a ride to catch.
Driver San Francisco is an action-adventure video game developed by Ubisoft Reflections and published by Ubisoft. The game was released for PlayStation 3, Wii, Xbox 360 and Microsoft Windows. A new feature is Shift, which allows Tanner to teleport from one car to another without discontinuing the mission. One of the inspiration for Shift comes from Google Earth. The game is also being described as a return to the roots of the series, as the ability to get out of the car, which was introduced in Driver 2, has been removed and replaced with the ability to shift. San Francisco is unique from the other games in the series, in that the game features licensed real-life cars. The game includes 140 fully damageable licensed vehicles ranging from buggies, muscle cars and sports cars.
What the hell's gotten into you? Sorry, must have dropped out there for a moment.
Where the hell? Steady. Steady now.
You think we got enough time?
All in due time.
Father.
How do you know this place?
Spring break.
Great.
Go over here! Now you back! Fuck you! I'm doing this for Johnny.
All right. Well, if we're gonna bring in the boys, we're gonna.
Give them prayer hands, say what's up America. Half of you should know me, right?